So
Beautiful.
CoachNow platform is what you're seeing here. Left side of the screen there would be the mobile app. I'm just mirroring my iPhone onto the screen. You can use an iPhone, an iPad, Android, whatever you've got. And then right side of the screen over there would be the website. Most guys, I would say, and gals spend 95% of their time in the app, but both with the times that a lot of people are in right now with being at home or being stuck at home, you may want to do some of your admin functions and things like that on the website. A lot of people like to do their admin functions. There's one tool that's available that allows you to really create spaces with some content already in them that is available on the website only. And then the only other thing to say is that the analysis tools that are built into the app are available only on the iPad or the iPhone or some mobile device, Android, whatever you have. So looking at the app there, this is an A to Z list of all the people that I am connected to. When I say connected, it means mostly that I have created these spaces for people, but there are some scenarios where I've been invited to either be a viewer or to be involved in some way in the person's space, to follow along with the conversation potentially. But most of these are people that we've had a conversation. I've said, I'll create a space for you inside of CoachNow. You accept the invitation, and then you'll be able to see everything that is posted in that space. And the way to do that is to click the new space button. For me, it defaults to golf. For you, it would default to whatever sport you select. I know that most of you listening to this, it's going to be golf. You'll select an athlete. You can add them by email, add them from your contacts on your iPhone, wherever you've got people really. And then you can add other members to this space. So mom and dad, a spouse, another coach that you're going to collaborate with, potentially people at your academy that work with the same student. Whoever needs to be involved in this specific student's space can then be connected. They can host, they can get involved in things like that. And then we have that segments tool, which you don't have to add the person to at this time. Same with members, you don't have to add somebody to it. But the segments tool allows you to put people into categories or lists, create lists that you want to send out blind carbon copy posts to. So just the same as a blind carbon copy email, in the sense that when you create a list, and I'll show you how to do that a bit later, but when you create a list, you can send a post. It might be a 5-minute long video. Everyone in that list gets a notification saying coach has posted something, and they will be able to go see it. If they reply, it goes back to their space. So skill level, gender, maybe a package they buy, whatever that might be. Once I hit the create button here at the top right hand corner, it will create a space for Aaron, and then Aaron will get an invitation to join that space, including anyone else that has been invited to that space. So what does this space start to look like? In Austin's space here, it's about a perfect example of what I would like to see as a coach, meaning that Austin is doing a lot of the posting in here. So I know Austin is interested. He's accountable for his own development. He's engaged. That's what we want to see. And how do you post? It's basically just hitting the orange button in the app. When you hit the orange button, you'll have the option to take videos, take photos, pull things in from your camera roll, or pull things in from your library. The library is a tool that is available to coaches only. So athletes actually will not be able to access the library. But basically, the use of the library is that you end up with all of your content in there in a chronological order. And if you want to reuse things, you would tag them, and then you can go find them based on the tag. So that would be drills or PDFs or things like that that you tend to reuse a lot for athletes. Notes would be just typing a standard note in. Audio would be an audio recording, and then documents would be Drive, Dropbox, or wherever you've got documents that you want to share with people. Both the athlete and yourself, same thing. This is the back and forth. Click the orange button, they can post. You click the orange button, you can post. As you see that Austin posted this video here. And the conversation starts to look like this, right? So we've got Austin posting the initial video saying, hey guys, I had a lesson with the guy that works with Jimmy Walker. This was the finished product. Spencer then replies and says, pivot looking good, but might have a little more pressure on the left at the top. And he sends an analysis video. Austin replies and says, I agree. Spencer with the wink, and then Spencer with the, hey, look at Tad Fujikawa's swing. That all came from the initial video that Austin posted, where then there are built-in analysis tools. So we've got the initial video that Austin posted. I can then view it, and I can do analysis on it. We would be slightly unique in the sense that I could draw something. Maybe I would want to move Austin to a specific point in the swing. Then I could draw something on the screen, and I could take a picture of that, and I could create a post with that and add some text to say, hey, Austin, check this out. This is what you need to be working on. Then what you would all mostly be used to, those that have used analysis tools, would be in its simplest form. Just hit the microphone button at the top of the screen there, and then you can begin recording a voiceover, draw on the screen, play the video as you want to play the video, speak into it as you like, and then hit the stop button when you're ready and create a post or create a reply. The VS options are built in. You can pull from a number of different spaces, the camera roll, your library, this current space. So this current space would be any historical data I have with Austin, and then another location would be somebody else's space potentially that I wanted to pull a swing from and show Austin the comparison. So any way you want to do comparisons, you can pull stuff in from. Everything that goes in a space then is basically ends up in here in chronological order. So what we end up with is the history of everything that Austin and us have done together. Notes, videos, PDFs, pictures, potentially conversations we've had about things to get the grip in the right spot, stuff like that. So all content you can think of, not just analysis, and that would be available for the athlete and available for you as the coach. You can search for things in a space by specific words if you're using specific words, and then you can also filter stuff down in the space. So you could filter maybe by the media type or the way you've tagged things or when it was. All that stuff is available there. Beyond that, then the only other thing to know would be that you can also email stuff in if you want. So each space has a unique email address attached to it. You can email to the space, and it will present for the athlete however you've emailed it. So once you get these kind of lists of athletes going, then this is all my clients. So obviously that segments tool that I talked about when you're creating the space, you can build these segments later, but it will allow you to do some marketing to your database of people. So think of this more as a marketing tool, but also if you work with groups, I'll show you how it can be helpful for that. So in the marketing specific scenario, I would want a long list of people likely, and then I would be able to basically post something, video, note, PDF, whatever it is, to say that I'm doing something potentially, or to ask how they're doing, or to potentially offer things if you're already using CoachNow and you're thinking of maybe going remote or doing online lessons. But if you work with groups and you want to be able to easily jump in and out of their spaces, so let's say this is my Monday group. I've got Amy, Dan, Austin all together, and Brett. If I want to jump in and out of their spaces and post stuff for them specifically, I would build a segment so I can do that. You see I'm just jumping from space to space to space by hitting the back arrow, and that just makes it so that I can grab stuff quickly for those 4 people when we're in a session together. But then also I can post to this segment so all 4 of these people would get whatever that is that might be specific to the group that we were discussing something, and they all need to use that as a learning moment. Beyond that, you've got the feed, and I think this is a key thing that a lot of people run into, or they'll start asking at this point, would be who can see what. And the important thing to say here is that my feed is going to look different than your feed is going to look different than your athlete's feed will look different than yours, in the sense that this is my community, these are my connections, this is what I can see. I can't search for a person, I can't find a professional. If the athlete comes in, they will not be offered anything by another coach or anything like that. That's not how the platform works. So you bring your clients in, all they see is your universe or what you post for them. But if you scroll, basically what you would see is all the things that I'm connected to. So this is my universe. and my people. The bell icon there, excuse me, would be how you get the notifications. So notifications come into your phone. You can then click on the specific notification that you want to go see, and you could reply to that person if you wanted to. Let me jump to the website as I talk about another way to communicate, essentially. So what I just spoke about was spaces, and these are individual relationships, and then I spoke about segments and how you create a list of people that you want to send a post to, but that is still individual conversations by nature. The other way to do things in here would be to invite people to a team. So we have the CoachNow team here. We've got 12 members in here, and I've invited them, and then I have these specific channels that that allow me to organize content, essentially. So if you're looking for just a collaborative option or a way to involve a group of people together to create a team and then create some sort of feeling of collaboration around a specific topic, that's how you would use a team. You can invite them using a link, so you could create the team, and then you go to team members, invite members, and then you will have the option to send a link. They click on the link, they can join the team. A person could be involved in a team and a space, just a team. Either option is available. Just depends how you kind of want to run your business or what you're going to be looking to do exactly. When you create these channels that organize your content in the team, you're going to have some options for how you want to organize the content, essentially. So if it was private, it would mean that I could invite a person to the team, but they do not know that this channel exists until I make it available to them or I invite them to that. So if you were doing subscriptions or things like that, that would be potentially a way to kind of leave something that is not available until they buy into it. Joinable would be they will get into the team, and then they can see that this channel is something they can join. Once they click join, they would see what's posted in there, and then auto join would be the ability to basically automatically add these channels or have these channels available when a person joins the team. People use teams a lot of different ways. So a lot of people ask, how do people use teams? This would be a East Region Girls England golf team. They use it to basically to stay in front of the group of girls or to create a team environment for them. In this level up team that we host, it's more of a resource or a way for us to get words out or things out to say we're doing things, or, you know, if you want to learn stuff, a learning environment. And then in this Golf Digest Pros on Demand team, Golf Digest uses this as a subscription-based team. You can subscribe to this team through their website. I believe it's about $20 a month. They send you a link to join the team after you subscribe, and then you get access to these professionals every week, essentially. So there's a new pro, and they gain access. If you're an individual professional, I guess my suggestion would be just experience shows us that, and maybe even a group of pros that are considering doing something like this, experience has shown us that this is probably not the way to go if you want to create kind of a new stream of income. The way to go really would be to offer some sort of relationship through these individual spaces. In this scenario, like I showed at the beginning of the call, however you want to offer that, whatever you want to offer, but that you can do it on a smaller scale, so you're not trying to manage thousands of people or hundreds of people at $5.99 a month, but rather maybe 20 or 30 people at you know, greater than $50 a month with some sort of remote relationship, however you deem fit, right? So there's a lot of ways to make that available, and I guess we could dig in at a later date of what other people are potentially doing in those spaces and what they're offering and what the price points are. But they can be a super valuable tool just to get people collaborating, or tribes or pods of people that are like-minded or like skill, that you want to kind of make them be able to connect with each other. And then you would still use the spaces, and that would be a way to have the individual conversations or those conversations that apply to that athlete specifically in their development. The only other tool that then kind of becomes really useful is when you're creating spaces on the website. This is a website only tool. You can create something we call templates. The templates allow you to basically put together a number of posts that you want organized in a certain fashion, so that when you're creating a team, creating a space, or adding a channel to a team, you can select this template and these videos will automatically be uploaded to that space for that person, so that when they accept the invitation, that content is already living for them in that space. They come in, they can see maybe potentially how you want them to shoot their videos, what to expect for the program, or even just a welcome video to say, I know you're coming today. We haven't yet met in person, but I want you to accept this invitation, and you'll know who I am, at least by watching this video, and what to expect and where we'll be. So a lot of ways to use that. You can leverage it if you're doing camps over the summer and things like that. But then all the same tools on the website, short of the analysis tool. So you can go up here, you can drag in media from your computer. If you have things on your desktop, you can pull stuff from your library that would have things that you've recorded on your phone, or that things that you've uploaded to your library from your desktop. All the tools available in that way, and then obviously just type in what you need to type into to get stuff in there. So without kind of digging in a little bit deeper, that would be how most pros are using it, or all the tools available at hand for you.